GB News, my little bastard, is very excited today to tell you about his audition tape for the new BBC Breakfast lineup. I will be replacing Manshushy, according to the brand new director of the BBC, Mr. Divvy. Now, what it is, right, is stop straddling my epistles. We have to waste a little time here on the audio. Oh, sorry, I'm doing your leg. I meant to be doing your arm. The time needs to be wasted, you see, so we don't offend anyone. We found out yesterday you get a lot more hits by just wasting time. So we're going to start the news in 1 minute. First, though, play a jingle, Tarquin, and then we will talk about me taking over BBC Breakfast and playing you the highlights of this week's news. 10 minutes. From 3 hours, that's Alex, that's almost 24 hours of news. We will be doing that next. Come.
Guardian readers, ambivalentious types, and champagne sippers, switch off now. Alex Belfield's voice of reason.
Tarquin, I am loving that the medicated mental lefty radicals are going out their mind. Has Trump landed yet? Oh, I do hope so. Be a love and subscribe, by the way. Look at this. We're just under 340,000 subscribers, which we've been for nearly 3 weeks. They don't seem to want us to get to that. Be a love and press the subscribe button, and let's see if we can do it, even if they bring us back down and shadow ban us again from tomorrow. Yesterday's video did very well, over 60,000 views. Let's see whether this gets 2 camel toes and a sheep.
Blah, 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 blah.
Howdy, Chunky. It is the voice of reason for a Friday, and we are live across the world bringing you the latest news. I will show you in a moment my audition tape for BBC Breakfast. And the thing is about them that they're looking for a new host, as Manshushy, unfortunately, might not be the little angel that she pretends to be. The thing is, you see, there's a lot of people in show business who pretend, like Ellen DeGeneres, for example, who says that she left America because of Donald Trump. Come. Yes, you are, and you're doing a wonderful job this week entertaining the nation. I would next like to bring my audience, my punters, an exclusive tape of my audition this week. I've done 3 hours, 3 fucking hours of news. Yes, 30 minutes a morning at 6 a.m. where I talk about everything that they won't say anywhere else because of Ofcom, those nasty people. And the thing about them is, GB News, that they want to shushy everybody by saying that these ladies with their daughters are far right. Yes, they're not far right. They're very right. Yes, because they don't like their daughters being affected by PDF files. That's what we're going to call them from now on, so that the regulators don't cut us off and stop everybody seeing the videos, because we were down to 2 sheep, a horse and a camel toe on Tuesday. And there we are. So listen, let's just waste a few more seconds and then we can get on playing you the best of the news. 10 minutes of me ranting and raving this week, talking about all kinds of people in the news that we can't possibly do here on YouTube or anywhere else. You can sign up at alexbelfield.com. We're there at 6 a.m. every morning, 30 minutes of the about 35, 40 biggest stories talking about cunts. And they're not all, a lot of them, well, most of them. Well, the government, you see, at the moment, they don't know which way to turn. They want to paint us all as far right. And what do we think of them? Come. Oh yes, we're there Wednesday, Sunday, 9 p.m. with the phone in, but we're there in the morning doing the news 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday at 6 a.m. and we're on tour. Oh my God, Dad, are we going to Blackpool? Yes, we are. We've added the afternoon matinee at 2 o'clock. It's a shithole. No, it's not, but unfortunately they do have one of the highest levels of STIs in the country in Blackpool. So, ginger bastard, when you go there, you must wear protection. What do you mean, a burqa? No, I don't mean that. I mean on your little ginger man sausage, so that if any young ladies want to suck you off, they're not going to catch your chlamydia, they're not going to get your syphilis. You remember, Dad, when you shagged that fat bird, Big Betty from Barnsley in Blackpool? After you'd shagged her, I thought to myself, I bet he'll be a gonorrhea. Yeah, well, we're not going to have any hanky-panky in Blackpool on the 6th of September when I launch my new book, Surviving the Slammer. Right, we better get on with the news. By the way, it's not just Blackpool, the matinee 2 o'clock. We'll also be in Staffs, we'll be in Gloucester, we'll be in Nottingham, we'll be in Kent with our big fisted chicken dinner. Fisted chicken, cunt. No, yeah, it's going to be lovely. You'll have a ham shank, you'll have all kinds of things that night. STIs are the least of your worries. I dream of an STI. I haven't been touched since the Barron Knights were in the charts. Ugly bastard. Very offensive to your father. Right, let's play the news this week. From 3 hours of breaking news, here's what happened at alexbelfield.com at 6 a.m. over 3 hours, edited to 10 minutes. Go, Tarquin. Come.
And finally, let's watch a man having a shit in Blackburn. Yes, we've now got dinghy divers choosing to use your back passage as a toilet. This is our country, my friends, and when they say you're being racist, you're xenophobic, no, I'm not xenophobic. I just don't like grown men having a shit up my back passage. This is the new outrage, that we are paying for these people to be in a 4-star hotel in Blackpool, the Las Vegas of the North, and whilst they're there, they're using the free internet to go on the OnlyFans to do some tug TV to each other for the edification of perverts. How wonderful. You're paying for them. The BBC are putting on LGBTQ plus 69S sports shows. Could somebody explain to me why we can't have a straight one? What possible reason is there? I'm really confused. £2,500, by the way, if you fly your flag. You'll end up with a fine from the council, they say, if you stick it too high. Well, I know where they can stick it, and that is up their arsehole. I don't know why this country hates this country this much, but it is deafening what is going on with our Union flag and how it has been weaponized by the radical left to slam over the face of people who simply want to be united in a kingdom that is glorious. You can't put the thing back in the thing. You can't, once you pull the thing out and you stop, you can't stick it back in after it's finished. Trust me, I've tried for years and years and years. Impossible. When some ginger person who's a bit chubby with a micro penis ends up blowing up 2 buildings, or indeed starting a war, then we must stop them. But until then, we have to look at the people who look like the people who are doing it. That makes perfect sense. Can't do that, racist. Well, it's not racist, it's common fucking sense. Yeah, play it, thank you. No, stick it on now. Press play. Take your finger off pause, go. Mike. Isn't that wonderful? We need more cyclists run over by taxi drivers who are fucking pilchards driving on the wrong side of the road. Listen, you spandex wearing, GoPro pointing, sanctimonious, supercilious pricks. Stop driving on the wrong side of the road or we'll run you over. It's very clear. I don't think he'd say that. When you look at that story, Tarquin, it's so clear that these people have balls. They're not interested in the argy-bargy that comes from the media. They're just saying, we don't think it's right and safe. And I agree. You can't have prepubescent people taking puberty blockers, which were available and given out in this country, right? You can't allow that. It is devastating to think that there's a generation of people who want attention, so say they want to chop their cock off, and now they've got no cock and they're back to being a man, so they're neither a woman or a man or anything. They're completely in betwixt. And we all know what that period in betwixt Christmas and New Year is like. It's fucking dreadful. Another £100 fine from Thanet Council. We've got a 6-year-old girl punched in the head by this gentleman. And we've got another rape of a 12-year-old. This is the breaking news we've got. It's just relentless. When are we going to do something to protect our kids? Because this is just too much. By the way, this isn't Ribena. This is blood from my own arsehole where I'm excreting such clenching pain. The obligation of the state is to keep cash. Sorry, I had a little seizure then. Oh, Jesus. So they want to save the NHS by telling people to get a jab that's now killing people. This is very familiar to COVID, isn't it? Trans actors are going into schools to tell your kids how to be ambivalicious and explain why it's okay to chop your cock off. No, it's not. It's not okay. If you really are born with that predicament, then so be it. But most people are not. In fact, over 99% people are not. So we don't need to tell 99% of children about something that doesn't happen. That would be like having classes on having a micro penis, you know, for example, just on the off chance that you have my disability. I'm not asking people to learn about that in school, so why are we teaching trans things? And we're talking about those corrupt, evil people that banged on about getting pricked and stay in your home and save the NHS. Why is Fauci still not in jail? Look at this article. It seems that the can of worms is opening and Pandora's box is being poked, because this guy was at the forefront of the WHO, the World Health Organization bullshit, that managed to get away with this global scandal, this outrage, this despicable thing that has destroyed so many lives and causing 3,000 to 5,000 excess deaths. That's above the average deaths. 3,000 to 5,000. That's crazy. A week. £60 million, Tarquin, for asylum lawyers. They're making money. Oh, the lefty, righteous, supercilious, sanctimonious, fucking do-gooding, far left extremists, the radicals, are making a fortune by supporting the dinghy divers. I'm rather enjoying this, Tarquin. This is rather nice. May I do it one more time? That was nice. Un, deux, quoi? Un, deux, quoi? Honorary doctorate for feminism. It's out of its flaming mind. And it's not just there that it's happening. It's happening all over, where men are being represented by award-winning ceremonies and given an opportunity to say a speech and to be given an award when in fact they're men. To be wearing a mask now is insane anyway, right? Let's agree that. I mean, there is no pandemic. They didn't work anyway, even if we're going to say there is a pandemic. Masks didn't work. I said that from day one, with all the fucking holes everywhere when everybody coughing and sneezing. But to wear it outside in front of two children who were probably 5 years old is as mad as going into Grimsby Park and asking the man we showed you earlier to take them for a walk. Oh, and we can't have people on benefits smoking, having Sky, or using these delivery people and claiming they've got no money. You need to send them on courses how to live your life like a grown-up. So we've got climate change. No say NASA, we're not giving you the facts. Then CO2 is a farce, right? Now we've got another article, look at this, where the farmers are being taken out of the food chain. Now, I don't know much about much, especially gynecological matters, as I said earlier. But if we take the farmers out of food, what the fuck are we going to eat? She's going to bring in a tourist tax. We brought you this news yesterday about America, $250 and 17 quid for Europe. Now we're going to do it. If you want to kill your economy, discourage people from coming by adding on taxes. Taxes are the root to all decimated economies. Look what they've done in America. In New York with their hotel taxes and their state taxes and their local... You get your bill at the end of a night in a New York hotel. My God, it's worse than sleeping with a hooker. At least they have the decency to tell you that at the beginning you'll pay $500 and by the end it'll be $5,000. Not that I've ever done that, by the way. I wouldn't humiliate myself. Once I slept with the prostitute and she was very kind. She gave me my money back and a refund. She said she didn't do charity work. Show them this, Tarquin. So we've got somebody who steals money, right? Nearly 100 grand. So, and apparently in evidence. So I don't even know what this is. This woman stole 98,000. And then we've got somebody in a care home stealing. They don't go to prison. That's absolutely fine. And as we know, you can strangle someone. Show them this, Tarquin, and they don't go to prison either. But you write something offensive on Twitter and you find yourself banged up with rapists, murderers and paedophiles. Yeah, this is really great. Well done, Keir. I think your entire country is fantastic. Listen, I ain't getting into Gaza. It's pointless. Nothing I say is going to make any difference. But let me just tell you this. There are still thousands and thousands of people being killed aimlessly, pointlessly and needlessly, and nobody's doing anything. They don't care, like in Ukraine and Russia. They don't care. The cost of life is so insignificant to these people who are sat around tables. It is despicable. And for Lammy to dither, what a headline. Dither. As it dither. Wow. Why are we giving whippersnapper, moron, imbecilic twats the opportunity to vote when they can't even tie their own shoelaces, find their arsehole with two hands, or indeed drive a car because it's not legal. Yet they're going to determine who votes, who gets in, and who runs our country. It's terrifying. These are these are the people who are going to go to the Taylor Swift concert with an LGBTQ plus 69S flag around the flaming neck. And they're the people who are going to outvote pensioners who've spent all their lives paying into this fucking system. You've got me started this morning, Tarquin. You're pissing me right off.